Hello and welcome to episode number 28 of our Grind for Greatness Challenge. My name is Nick and I will be your guide for this episode. We are back in Total Extreme Wrestling 9 and we are in 1984 November and we are moving through our Grind for Greatness Challenge. Everyone in the world starts on zero popularity, bar a few exceptions for Hulk Hogan and some movie stars. And we have to build the wrestling industry around us. And we have done just that in the nearly 5 years of this challenge. We are the biggest company in the world. We are making nearly $500,000 a month. Hoping to hit $500,000 this month, I think. And we have the biggest stars in the world working for us. Today we're going to kick off the show with our Final Stand pay-per-view. It will have a world title match between Terry Funk, Bret Hart, and the current reigning champion, and my player character, the Firefly. The end goal of this save is to one day get a 100 rated match in the main event of a legendary event. But it has to be with the Firefly. And we are making that progress. He is, I think, the second most over man in the company. And he has got a great triple threat match with two of our other best workers. Terry Funk and Bret Hart are both arguably our 1A and 1... second best... Well, best babyface, second best heel probably right now. Both doing amazing work. And the winner of that will be in the main event of our season finale, our WrestleMania Crowning Glory. And they will face the winner of the shootout, a 5-way elimination match. Last year, it was won by Bret Hart, who went back to back. This year, we have 5 new competitors in it. We have Rick Martel, the movie star, most popular man in the company, Roddy Piper. We have Randy Savage. Oh, yeah. I can't do it. I always sound like the, what's the juice guy who runs through walls? We have Kurt Hennig. And we have, I forgot the other name of the person in the match. Stan Hansen, our big brawling blind man. We also have the tag team titles on the line with Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson taking on Aeroflash and Jushin Thunder Liger. It should all be a blast of fun as we begin the road to crowning glory. And I will see you at Final Stand just after I hit the intro. We are here at the Final Stand, the final pay-per-view on the road to crowning glory. Previously, in this event, we have had Kevin Von Erich defeating Bill Anderson, Honky Tonk Man defeating Iceman King Parsons back in 1980, and that was when the Firefly won the shootout and the World Championship as it was on the line in the shootout between Mike Sharp, Terry Funk, Jake Roberts, and Tully Blanchard. Kind of weird to see that, like, we actually 3 people in this match are still with the company. 2 of them are fighting for the world title tonight. Tully Blanchard is on a pre-show match and is usually one of our, top performers and tag team wrestlers. Jake Roberts released earlier this year. Just wasn't really doing what we needed from him. And Mike Sharp kind of became a bit of a problem backstage and also just was a really good jobber for a while. And then we got better jobbers. We then have 1981, where in the World Championship match, Terry Funk defeated Scorpio, and Santanico won the shootout, beating out the Barbarian, Matt Bourne, Mike Sharp again, and Bret Hart. We also had Aeroflash defeating the Firefly here, and I think the only time that has ever happened. Other fun matches, I think that was one of the first matches, one of the earlier matches at least, we had Samu on the show, and he did very well. We then go to 1982, The first time where Bret Hart won it. And I don't remember who was world champion at this time. Someone was world champion. We didn't have them on the show at this point for some reason. I actually don't remember who it was. But yeah, we had Firefly, Kurt Hennig, Matt Bourne, Jack Armstrong, and Bret Hart in this shootout, which Bret Hart won. The next year, Bret Hart also won. This time, Roddy Piper was the world champion and was not was not on the show in any capacity, as we stacked the shootout with Atsushi Onita, Jack Armstrong, Randy Savage, Santanico, and Bret Hart. And I think on this show, we have done very similar. I mean, our world title match is stacked. Our main event is stacked. And we are ready to rumble. Any way for me to look at any storylines with like particular high heat going into the show? Our highest heat storyline is Perfect is Enough. And we also have the mentor-mentee storyline between Terry Funk and the Firefly, which is only getting bigger. Let's kick off the show with a big 5-way match, which Santanico wins after submitting Dusty Rhodes. Santanico does amazing work in this match. And this is how I'm going to justify him going on to fight for the Great Lakes Championship next episode of Elevation later this episode. Santanico, 77 is his usual very good performance. He has been in the main event for a while, but we do need to start moving him back towards then because he is too good to be stuck just floating around with nothing to do. Jack Armstrong, 52. Tully Blanchard, 51. Arn Anderson, 53. Just all three of them super solid 50 ratings. And then Dusty Rhodes sticking up the joint, which, in fairness, I expected. So, 61 second rating is not too bad. As we then have a storytelling battle royale, which is won by Samu. Shane Douglas out first. Lol. Going out before Clinton Stott and Firefly Jr. is a depressing feat, based on those two being really just nobodies. Who was last out? Rick Rude was last out. I think that makes pretty good sense. Brad Armstrong up there as well. Kind of showing a bit of a picture of how our show is doing. 58 isn't great, but not terrible. We then kick off with a unified championship tag team match, which I would say underperforms, but really doesn't. 67 is very good for our tag team division. Decent wrestling, not much heat, but Aeroflash and Jushin Thunder Liger are the new FFW Tag Team Champions. Jushin Thunder Liger pinned Ricky Morton with a shooting star press after interference from Brad Armstrong and Jim Brunzell. Sudden Impact return the favor from a month and a bit ago, and they cost the Rock and Roll Express the Tag Team Championships. Jushin Thunder Liger 56, a 60 from Aeroflash, a 60 from Ricky Morton, and a 52 from Robert Gibson. Good all round, good storytelling throughout, and we've got new tag team champions as we kick off the road to crowning glory. We then have an 81 rated match, and if I'm not mistaken, that is going to give us one more achievement, because I do not think the Firefly has gotten an 80 rated match before. The best match they've ever been involved in. And it has like a not great Terry Funk in this match, which I think is probably just due to him being fatigued by the end of it. But Bret Hart defeats the Firefly, defeats Terry Funk in a triple threat match. Bret Hart submits Firefly with a sharpshooter. I'll add a little bit of lore to this, which is that Terry Funk, midway through the match, put the Firefly through a table. And yes, that's going to be relevant later. Remember it for your, post-show quizzes. But Bret Hart has achieved his mission, and yes, he will be the champion going into, or at least he should be the champion going into Crowning Glory to face the winner of the Shootout 81. It's just a spectacular match. And it will be up there for Match of the Year. We then have a nice little tag team match that does not go very long because I needed to find someone else who could do brawling match for us while Braun faces Sophia because Cactus Jack is still injured. I can't do math as it turns out. And I find Itsumu Tiranashi, whose debut was really off his game. And he will not be ever coming back. He had his chance, and he blew it, and his stamina is like 24. So yeah, that was the one and only match he has with this company. Good job to him. He was on a 1-month deal, and he will not get another match. Yeah, the Faces of Fear pick up the win, but it was not Atsushi Onita who got pinned, leaving the door a bit more open for a rematch in the future, as all these teams will be gunning for the new tag team champions. Oh, man even gets a penalty part of his gimmick. Yeah, he's not made a good case for himself, has he? But it's fine, because we have a crowd that is hot and ready to go for the main event. Did I miss the button again? There's a very good chance I missed the button again. Yes, I'd missed the button. And also in an 81 rated match. Great wrestling. Decent reaction from the crowd. Kurt Hennig has walked out as the shootout winner. Stan Hansen was the first elimination by the hands of Randy Savage, who was on a roll and then eliminated Roddy Piper. Rick Martel, you see, then gets eliminated by Kurt Hennig, who then in turn eliminates Randy Savage. Kurt Hennig is going to the main event of Crowning Glory. He got a 79 and proved why he deserves it the best in the match. The worst in the match was Rick Martel with a 70. His best performance he's ever had. Overall, this match is just a banger. 76 for Roddy Piper, 76 for Randy Savage, 78 for Stan Hansen. And surely we've got some penalty here that's kind of pulled us down. Just low. The heat of the story was way lower than the heat of the actual match. It's kind of it. Maybe we just got rolled the dice a little low. But I think that's fine because a 79 rating is phenomenal. And increases our popularity in 11 regions. Is this our best show yet? I don't believe it is. Though I think it is our tied best show ever. Addressing the locker room, I mean, it wants to be Roddy Piper so he doesn't get really annoyed at me. Then it should be I actually can't do myself. Terry Funk, who also lost in that world title match. And then, let's say who else put a great performance up in that match. Randy Savage seemed pleased, was pleased, seemed pleased. Financial report says we earned $670K. Remember what I said about trying to earn $500,000 a year? Don't think that's going to be our issue. Funnily enough, I think we're fine. We're at $3 million in the bank. We gained in every region not named Hawaii. Just phenomenal growth across the board this month. And then a media scrum. It is a huge success. Santanico is noticeably happy. Of course he is. Great backstage atmosphere. Roddy Piper was annoyed by that response. Dang. Dress Victor. Yep, okay. Jim Rozelle had an off night. AFS will become more consistent. Crowning Glory is almost upon you. Have you got your plans finalized? Plan for time it's going to be spectacular. Are you pleased? Just shows to go how great life is here. Shows to go, oh, okay, they're still annoyed. Okay, Roddy Piper, because he lost that match, is really, really, really angry with me. So I probably should go pay him a shit ton of money so he doesn't immediately go try and leave me. Because I think that might be a genuine worry. Again, with the whole, we really would like to keep Roddy Piper. He is the most popular man in the world. And then his manager, who was away filming, Jesse Ventura, still gets angry if I say that Morel is good. When he's not here, And he was angry because he got caught in a sex scandal. Grumble, grumble, grumble. 152 people bought the pay-per-view. Woo, that is a lot. Very happy with that. Big morale issues. Yup, he is angry. And I mean justifiably so. Yeah, we'll go pay him a massive payout. He deserves it. Popularity-wise, what is it done to popularity? He was, I think, at like 85, yeah. So dropped it by 2, having that loss. Hopefully it will have shot up the popularity of Kurt Hennig. If you go back to him, how much do you have to pay him? Give bonuses time off. I estimate it'll be about 10k. Nope, don't pay him 0. He might get even more angry at me. Give bonus. He's still annoyed. What if I pay him another 100k? This is where all my money goes when I play this game, by the way. Is I piss off my most popular people, and then they get... Okay. What if we pay him 25k? That might be as much as I can possibly pay. Ah, he's happy now. See? We paid him we have paid this man a total of 500k. 555,000. That's insane. We have paid this man so much money to be part of our company. Oh, we have paid this man far too much. Oh, did he drop in a lot of regions? He did drop in a lot of regions. Ooh, okay. That's not as great. But worth it. Because where is Kurt Hennig? Okay, he has gained something. He's up to 54 in the tri-state. Southwest at 49. Oh no, it's gone to 53. You gained 4 in the Southwest working for us here. Gained 3 in Puerto Rico from that show. Gained 4 in the Great Lakes. 4 in the... Okay. He has become instantly way more popular. That's amazing. Okay. He's super popular. Bret Hart should also be super popular. And their match at Crowning Glory, the main event, should be an absolute banger. The shootout, still high prestige. Did I not put it on the line? Oh my god, I didn't put it on the line, did I? I'm just realizing I didn't put it on the line, the shootout. Duh, I'm going to have to go fix that now. I don't know how to fix that. Maybe I just do it on a pre-show match and just run the same match. Oh, but then Roddy Piper will get pissy at me. God damn it. Dang, that's annoying. I'm going to work out what I'm going to do to fix that, because I want that in the lineage, please. But in the lineage, we do have our 2-time champion, Bret the Hitman Hart, the expression of excellence. Ending the Firefly's run at 63 days. If you look at title records, because I think this is very funny, Terry Funk is our most crowned champion at 3. A lot of guys on 2 as well. We then have longest single run. Yeah, Roddy Piper, Terry Funk, Bret Hart are all up there. Longest combined title runs. The Firefly has a combined less than 100 days as world champion. He is the 6th most combined time. And only 6 of the guys on the list are still in the company. Yeah, I probably should give an actual real world title run one day. But for now, I think what we're doing is fine. And we will have, Bret Hart, Kurt Hennig for the World Championship in the main event. I'm so excited for where we are going and the road to crowning glory. But until we get there, I will have to say goodbye, and I will see you at our first TV taping of the episode right after the cut. Are you ready? Because we are truly on the road to crowning glory. We are... give me a second. I get halfway through speaking and then realize I haven't actually finished messing with where everything on the card is meant to go. Oopsie doopsie. My bad, y'all. But we have some big matches on the card today. 4 shows until crowning glory. We are setting up our tag team title match. 7 tag teams on the card tonight in action, all proving why they should be the number 1 contenders going into Crowning Glory for the tag team titles, recently won by Aeroflash and Jushin Thunder Liger. We have the new world champion Bret Hart opening up the show, and we will have Stan Hansen and Randy Savage going 1-on-1 in our main event. Oh yeah, then Santanico and Samu for the Mid-Card Championship, our Great Lakes Championship. The card is stacked top to bottom if you ignore the middle. So let's get right into it and see how this show goes. Bret Hart opens up the show with his world title back in tow, and he is excited to face Curt Hennig in the main event of Crowning Glory. He knows that Curt Hennig has had his number as of late, but he also knows that he is better than ever before. He is the most excellent professional wrestler of all time, and he's going to walk in and out of Crowning Glory as your world champion. The Firefly comes out to interrupt. He apologizes for ruining what must be a fairly special moment for the new world champion. But he requests that he gets a shot at the belt before Crowning Glory. He knows he may have lost on the weekend, but he has to get one more crack at that main event of Crowning Glory. The former world champion wants one last chance next week to be in that main event. Curt Hennig then comes out and he tells the Firefly he doesn't care who is facing him in the main event because he is not excellent, he is perfect. And he'll be walking out with the belt no matter what. Bret Hart comes off and tells him to shut it. Yes, he will face the Firefly next week, and yes, he will still be world champion come the end of December. This fairly good angle at 73, one of our better angles we've done that does involve a Roddy Piper. The Firefly did well, Bret Hart did well. Good start to the show as we go into our tag team triple threat match. This was a tag team world title match not that long ago, actually, if y'all remember. And the Brainbusters, I think like last time, walk out with the gold. Not the gold, but the win this time. Arn Anderson pinning Brad Armstrong. After a bit of miscommunication from all the tag teams, and the main story of this match being Sudden Impact and the Rock and Roll Express kind of taking each other out, letting the Brainbusters get themselves into the win. Any standout results, scores in this match? Brad Armstrong for 60 is amazing as always, but I think I've said this before, I think he's got a popularity cap, which means pushing him's kind of useless if he can't get out of the range, as popular as he is. So that's a shame. Ricky Morton for 58, though, might be the next project because he is still phenomenal in his own right. Robert Gibson at 50 ain't too bad. Jim Rizal weakens the match at a 48, still isn't horrendous, and a 64 overall segment rating. For a tag team match, we can't complain about that. We then go to a not as great 46 rated match between Tenryu and Dean Malenko. Tenryu at 56, Dean Malenko at 53. And they've got good chemistry. That's what we want, right? It's an amazing storytelling match from both of them. They both aren't really well known, so we do get a penalty. But I think that's fine. Tenryu defeating Dean Malenko and trying to build up his own stock before Crowning Glory. Then better than expected maybe, 4-way tag team match. 54 rating isn't horrendous for some of the people who are in this match. And I mean, some people in the match are still overperforming dramatically. Clinton Stott with a 30, Firefly Jr. for 33. Both kind of better than I would expect from them. So that's pretty good then. Luke Williams, Butch Miller, the Bushwhackers getting 39 and 42 respectively. 41 and 49 from the Heavenly Bodies, who are just consistent job heel tag team. Dear Lord, I make these guys lose a lot. And then we have Haku and the Barbarian. The Barbarian for 58 is by far best performer in the ring, sorry. He's done very well. The rest of them, not quite as much, I'd say. Then we will go to a 50 rated promo with Aeroflash, Jushin Thunder Liger, which was quite good for these two. Aeroflash, Jushin Thunder Liger are backstage, and they say they're excited to be tag team champions. They know they've got challengers all around them, but they'll make sure to defend the belts with pride. And they can't wait to see who's going to win between the Faces of Fear and the Brain Busters, because the winner of that match next week will be the number 1 contenders. Setting a big match for next week. We have 2 big matches on the card next week. Bret Hart and the Firefly, and the Brain Busters and the Faces of Fear. We then go to a Great Lakes Championship match that has Samu defeating Santanico with some help from Ernie Ladd. Surprisingly, Santanico didn't complain about losing this match, which, again, I expected him to. But Santanico put up a 75, which is great. 58 from Samu isn't quite as amazing, but he's still putting up fairly solid performances. He's gotten quite popular now, actually, which is good. We have actually successfully pushed Samu. Maybe one of the only guys we've actually successfully pushed in the saves so far. I've been the best at elevating our lower card talent. Look at Rick Martel. He hasn't gone anywhere. But Samu has defended the belt for the 5th time against Santanico, who was going to try and become a Triple Crown champion in the save. And he has once again failed. We then go to our main event, which has Stan Hansen defeating Randy Savage in 13 minutes 05. They went out, they stole the show with an 83 rating. What if it's not our best match ever? We might have to check that actually real quick. That could be one of our best matches we've ever put on. My memory has never been great for what ratings we get, but that is a phenomenal rating. As the Lariat by Stan Hansen takes out Randy Savage after a good chunk of help from Roddy Piper. Randy Savage cannot seem to get himself a clean match against Stan Hansen. It seems to just keep on being ruined by someone getting themselves involved in Randy Savage's business. Good match nonetheless. And as we go to the our final segment, Roddy Piper now rolls into the ring and attacks Randy Savage with Stan Hansen's help. Another big lariat to Randy Savage ends off the show. And a very good 78 rating on our overall show. Amazing elevation score. Any locker room incidents? Stan Hansen, Ricky Morton getting into a bit of an argument, but nothing major. And before I go and book our second taping of Elevation for the night, is that our best show ever? 81s. I'm not seeing anything better than 83. We've had a couple of 82s, but I can't see anything but 83. I think that is the best match we have ever put on. And it was Stan Hansen, Randy Savage with interference. Arguably, it could have been even better. And hey, hopefully, next time we can finally have that match they've wanted. But you have to wait to see when that happens. I'm going to be back with our second taping of Elevation in just one bit. See you all soon. Okay, second taping of Elevation is here. Number 44 on our road to crowning glory. Again, main evented by a marquee match. The Firefly versus Bret Hart for the World Championship. The card is, at least this time, all in the right order. We have most of our biggest stars on the card, just kind of missing Jack Armstrong and Sudden Impact Rock and Roll Express. Couldn't quite fit them on, and I think that's A-okay, because our card is stacked enough as it is. I don't think we're going to, but hey, there is always a chance we can beat that 83 from our last show. Let's give it our best shot at least. Starting off the show, we have Randy Savage in the ring. And he is losing his mind. It feels like the madness is overtaking him. He should be the shootout winner. I can't do a Randy Savage impression. I can't do it. My voice ain't that low. He should have beat Stan Hansen once and for all. He shouldn't have to deal with this Roddy Piper bullshit ever again. But he does. And he'll make sure it's the last time at Crowning Glory. Oh yeah. Still can't do it. Crowning Glory will be Roddy Piper getting his ass kicked by the Macho Man. Roddy Piper then shows up and attacks him behind for a steel chair. And closes off the segment standing tall over Randy Savage. Building up to another marquee match between two of these guys. That's going to be taking place at Crowning Glory. And this might be our second confirmed match. No, first confirmed match taking place at Crowning Glory. We then have Rick Martel and Samu as Rick Martel wins the Great Lakes Championship in a 70 rated match. I don't know how that happened. 39 crowd rating, 59 wrestling rating. 70. That is just fun. Samu was off his game. This could have been even higher. I mean, Rick Martel is amazing, but I didn't expect that. Good color commentary, good refereeing, good ring work. Oh, road agent work, sorry. No clue how this has happened, but this is amazing. It's a banger of a segment as well, carrying on the show. Now, I thought this match would be an improvement, but it's going to be slightly lower, which is fine. But the Faces of Fear will not be the tag team #1 contenders because the Brain Busters are coming back after their unified tag team titles. At Crowning Glory, our second confirmed match on the card is going to be the Brain Busters versus Jushin Thunder Liger and Aeroflash for the tag team unified championships. Haku, as usual, a weak link within the group. But hey, that is, I think, more than fine when we have the Barbarian and Arn Anderson at 57, with Tully Blanchard at 55 as well. Doing really well of a whole lot of them. As we then go to our next segment, which is not as great, but 50. Still same as last week, not too bad. Showing up on the stream all over the world. We have Jushin Thunder Liger and Aeroflash. And they congratulate the Brain Busters on the win tonight. But they can promise that in 2 weeks' time, at Crowning Glory, they'll be the ones retaining the gold. To our next segment, which is okay. We are having a banger of a show tonight. 77 segment rating from Santanico and Ricky Steamboat. Santanico for 76. Cheating to beat Ricky Steamboat, with Ricky Steamboat only getting a 54. Weak performance from Ricky Steamboat, but his best has always been when he's not in these storytelling matches, when I just let him do what he wants. I don't know enough with him, but I definitely should. 77 rating is phenomenal. Might even make our top 10 matches of all time list still. Ridiculous. Paired up by an even better match between Stan Hansen and Atsushi Onita. If these are the ratings we're getting on Elevation, imagine what we can get at Crowning Glory when we've got it all together. Stan Hansen defeats Atsushi Onita with the Lariat, continuing this run from the Wild Hunt to take out Atsushi Onita. They've already taken out Cactus Jack, who is still not back from injury. Very, very good work from both men in this match. Onita with a 51 is not terrible, but Stan Hansen with a 78 is amazing. And then our main event, noticeable step down, sadly, is a 73. where after 16 minutes, Terry Funk and Curt Hennig get involved. They did their best. Bret Hart with an 80 is amazing. The Firefly, with a 55 is not bad himself. But they did not reach a clean final winner. And they continue to brawl as the match descends into chaos. Curt and Bret Hart start brawling up the ramp and up the stage, all the way behind the curtain. And that is the last we will see of them tonight. Terry Funk and the Firefly in front of the ring between the announcers table. And eventually the Firefly gets upper hand with a lights out kick, which lays Terry Funk over the table. Then the Firefly going up to the barricade and a frog splash through the table. The Firefly ends the show standing tall, but without his world championship in tow. 74 rating for the overall show. I think that's a step down from last week to memory. Mostly, I assume, because of the main event wasn't our best match on the card. If we got the 78 from Stan Hansen and Onita, maybe it would have been. This is a crazy card, guys. Without like the tag match and the tag stuff. Everything is 70s. Phenomenal. And we still have 2 more shows to build up to Crowning Glory. And then our biggest show of the year. 69 million in profit. Very nice. And we have 3 million in the bank. Cannot be disappointed with that. Only Hawaii gains in popularity officially, but small gains across the board. Hopefully we can start taking up some more regions by next month. And I'm sure Crowning Glory will do just that anyway. These are 2 crazy good tapings. I am on cloud 9 right now. But I have work to do. We have got to get to our last 2 tapings. Our last taping. I might do it as 2 separate live events on the road to Crowning Glory. Because we are nearly there, folks. 2 more shows this episode. And then we will have the full and announced card for Crowning Glory. But I will also say, Curt Hennig versus Bret Hart is a guarantee now. Firefly Terry Funk will be taking place. We only have the Great Lakes Championship to work with the titles going off there. And probably a few other matches up and down the card still to be announced. Hope you've enjoyed so far. I hope you'll enjoy the next 2 episodes. Well, shows coming in this episode. Just one cut. The second last show of the episode. Second last show before Crowning Glory. We have, I think, 4 matches I said are announced for the show. And we've got a few more we are building towards on this card as well. Starting with Savage and Piper opening up the show. We have a triple threat match for the Great Lakes Championship. We have the main event, The Watchers and Jushin Thunder Liger taking on Terry Funk, Arn Anderson, and Tully Blanchard. Building up to them all having matches on Crowning Glory against one another. This should be a lot of fun and hopefully a good card. Maybe not quite as good as our other cards, but it can't be too bad, I don't think. Roddy Piper opens up the show. He's holding up the steel chair from last week, and he says he's coming for revenge. The Macho Man thinks he should be the winner of the shootout. No, it should have been the Rowdy one. Randy Savage keeps trying to think he's the man around here, and he's wrong. Randy Savage couldn't lace Roddy's boots. At Crowning Glory, he'll prove ain't no one is on his level. Roddy Piper feels disrespected by anyone trying to step towards him. Anyone who thinks they can beat the Rowdy one. And Randy Savage is another person on that list. Randy Savage then comes out from the crowd and takes down Roddy Piper. He places a steel chair under the head of Roddy Piper, and a diving elbow drop on the back of the neck onto the chair lets the Macho Man stand tall. Good creative, good storyline. Idea here, 95 for the promo, 61 for the fight. Not as great, but still, an 86 rated segment is amazing. Kicking off the show, very good. As we go into a 71 rated match, also very good. Better than I expected. Again, Rick Martel defeats Samu and Niru back in a triple threat match. 12 minutes 01 when Rick Martel submits Samu. 2 wins against Samu now. Couldn't quite get the job done. Hopefully giving Niru a bit of a popularity boost, being in these kind of very good matches with higher popularity performers. And Rick Martel is on a roll as he moves towards crowning glory. And then we will go to our tag team match, which has sudden impact on Rock and Roll Express, fighting to a double disqualification when they start brawling around the ring. Neither team can get the advantage on one another, and it all just breaks down. 49 for Jim Brunzell, 58 for Brad Armstrong, 52 for Robert Gibson, and 47 from Ricky Morton. All of them have done well. No one is spectacular, which I think is like at 60 mark at this point when I go, yep, you've done a fantastic job, like Teniro did. But still very good from everyone involved. 63 rating is great. We then have another promo, another successful storyline idea as well. Kurt Hennig comes down to a ring looking full of confidence. He says he and Brett have unfinished business and he can't allow him to just give away the biggest main event in the company's history. He let Brett win the title at Final Stand. He let him retain the title because he was put down the Canadian icon once and for all on the biggest stage and the biggest moment, and no one will take that away from him. Brett agrees it's the biggest match in the company, but he says he didn't need any help. He didn't want any help, but that's fine. The Firefly will get his rematch at New Year's Ascension after he beats the brakes off Terry Funk. And in the meantime, Bret Hart will prove himself to be the best when he takes out Kurt Hennig in just 10 days' time. 66 rating, not as great, but that's still fine. And then a random match for no reason with Ricky Steamboat taking out Tom Pritchard because we needed storytelling. 59 from Ricky Steamboat is pretty good, 39 from Tom Pritchard, and we didn't get a penalty for no one caring. Which I think means that Ricky Steamboat is finally up to the unimportant category, and we won't get penalised for giving him random throwaway matches. Which is really good. Very happy to see that. We then have a Cactus Jack promo, which is not great. He is back, and he is officially challenging Stan Hansen to a match one-on-one tonight. Which he has and loses, and he got a strained wrist. Oh my god, he got injured immediately. He came back. This is Mick Foley, the man who took some of the most heinous bumps in all of wrestling history. And he has been injured in back-to-back matches. Offense is against Stan Hansen, who is fairly famously not the safest wrestler on the planet. I believe the theory was he was mostly blind by the time he retired. Ouch. But they have great chemistry, and got a 74 rating, even with an injury. Stan Hansen, an 83. He is on a tear right now. Best he's ever done, Stan Hansen. Cactus Jack 58 is not bad for singles matches from him. Still, I think he's only like 20 now. Like, this is a phenomenal little run from both these guys. Great match, but Stan Hansen stands tall. Hopefully not a big deal in the injury. And then a slightly subpar 70 rated main event. But good storyline idea. And hey, the Firefly got a morale boost, which is not relevant being my player character. Terry Funk's got a hot new move. And Terry Funk pinned Arrow Flash after, let's say, a low blow. Jushin Thunder Liger 61. The Firefly had a bad match at a 54. Interesting. Arrow Flash at 63. I don't know what caused the bad match from the Firefly. Terry Funk, a 74-53 from Tully Blanchard, 56 from Arn Anderson. Everyone in the match did very, very well, but Terry Funk stands out as usual. And finish the show, I'm going to assume like maybe 72. Not a bad overall rating. Could have been a little bit better, I think, if the matches were slightly moved around. Still, 3 matches above a 70 is always a good sign for a TV taping. Only 4 days for Cactus Jack, so we'll be back by next week's taping. Well, live show, actually. And he'll be back by Crowning Glory. So, no worries there. And we have made nearly 80k on the show. Very good. Popularity recap up in the Mid-Atlantic. Gained everywhere but the Southwest. Still picking up popularity points all over the place. And we've got one more show for you. Our go-home show for our biggest show of the year. Ending off the episode. I think I'm pretty excited. I hope you guys are too. And that will be with you in just 1 sec. Again, this may not be the greatest show I have ever put on, but I think it should definitely be up there as a go-home show. We have a marquee 5-man tag match. We have a marquee trios match. We will be announcing the final matches on the card for Crowning Glory. We are making some changes to a couple of the matches on the card as well. All to come in one last show. Send the crowd home happy, and an 82 to kick off the segment does that so well. Bret Hart and Curt Hennig are both in the ring with the contract ready. They are both confident in their ability to get the job done this weekend, and they will not let the other one get in their way. Bret Hart tells Curt that even though every part of his body wants to acknowledge that Curt is on a great run right now, doing a phenomenal job, he will never let the man who put him on the shelf and tried to break his neck get a victory over him. He can't allow Curt Hennig to walk out of Crowning Glory as champion. Curt agrees. He is the best. He is phenomenal. And people say the same things about Bret. But it's a shame they won't be saying those things on Saturday when he's facing the lights and Curt Hennig stands tall with the belt. Your main event for Crowning Glory next episode will be Bret Hart versus Curt Hennig for the FFW World Championship. We then have a trios match, which is fine. A 59-second rating is not terrible, so we'll take it. No one did great here. It's a storytelling match because I need a storytelling match on the card. Dean Malenko is on the team with Sudden Impact, and Steven Regal's on the team with the Rock and Roll Express. The Rock and Roll Express wins when Ricky Morton takes out Dean Malenko. Steven Regal at 40, not too terrible. Jim Runzel at 42, pretty poor actually. But 54s and 53s from Ricky Morton and Brad Armstrong help salvage it. Hopefully, I haven't lost too much heat going in to Crowning Glory, because that will be on the card. Sudden Impact versus the Rock and Roll Express, going 1-on-1, hopefully ending this rivalry they've had for the better part of 4 months. We then have the Brain Busters taking out Clinton Stock and Firefly Jr. before their massive match at Crowning Glory for the tag team titles against Jushin Thunder Liger and Aeroflash. Brain Busters build up momentum. 54-58 respectfully does very well in comparison to the not so great 30 and 32. Although for 2 trainee wrestlers, still not too bad. We then go to actually quite bad promo as the Firefly has an announcement. Crowning Glory, he cannot wait to end this terrible misadventure he has had with Terry Funk. He's going to put the old man down once and for all. But he needs to prove it even more. Prove that it's not going to be a fluke. Prove that he can do it at any time and at any circumstance. He's going to prove it in a tables match. The Firefly, Terry Funk in a tables match is going to also be a banger at Crowning Glory. And then we go to... Okay, I didn't click the button apparently. I'm fairly confident I clicked it this time. I love having my computer be slow. Return to booking screen. Okay, I just missed it both times somehow. we go to a debuting Shawn Michaels as he defeats El Snow, getting a 39, which isn't great, but also this is a Shawn Michaels who debuted maybe 2 months ago, I think. Sweet chin music to El Snow. Heel Shawn Michaels is in the building. I was going to sign Marty Jannetty as well to build the Rockers, but they've got such terrible hatred for one another, it would just kill the locker room, which is fine. So Shawn Michaels is here by himself. We'll see what he ends up getting through. He gets a good boost of psychology with his swagger gimmick. Very nice. Nothing major coming from this match, I don't think. But, yes, El Snow taking the pin again. He has, been moved down to jobber, I think. But we're going to try and build Shawn Michaels up throughout his career. Rick Martel announces that he has had a meeting with the management team. And they've agreed at Crowning Glory, he gets to face 5 of the best to determine the Great Lakes champion. Our last match we are announcing for the card, I think. Second last match. I feel like Tsushi Onita and Cactus Jack versus the Wild Hunt isn't really an announcement. It's coming fairly well foreshadowed. But this is our kind of like last surprising match. 6 ways for the Great Lakes champion. And here are the competitors. Ricky Steamboat, Rick Martel, Jack Armstrong, Santanico, Tenryu, and Rick Rude. And Ricky Steamboat pinned Rick Rude with a diving cross body. He makes it so he is the momentum going into the 6-way match. Santanico is 77. Rick Martel are 76. Crazy good work from Rick Martel. It's his best he's ever been. 68 from Ricky Steamboat. Not half bad either. Tenryu is 62. Rick Rude are 58. And Jack Armstrong are 53. 78 probably should be in the main event. That match is going to be a banger at Crowning Glory. And then, in our main event tonight, we have a 72-red match, so not quite as good, but still not terrible. 5-way match. Roddy Piper teams up with the Wild Hunt to take on a group of babyfaces, all with marquee matches on the card. Roddy Piper submitting Arrow Flash with the sleeper after getting some help from Ernie Ladd on the outside. Very good. Haku 41, not great, weakest in the match. In a wild brawl, it's kind of interesting to see that still Arrow Flash and Jushin Thunder Liger didn't do too badly. Cactus Jack Onita, somewhere around the same performance, and Randy Savage, a 71, is amazing. Everyone in the match, I would argue, did pretty well. As we close our show for 53. Financial report says we have earned $75,000. We have gained popularity across America and a bit of in Canada. And we are going into Crowning Glory ready. If I can run down the card for you for next episode, which will have no TV episodes, it will just be Crowning Glory. And we're going to do a bunch of the admin stuff, see the end of year awards, see what achievements we can tick off, because I have been a bit lazy about ticking the achievements off and getting the rewards for that. So all of that will come in next episode. We will have the Firefly taking on Terry Funk in a tables match. We'll have Sudden Impact versus the Rock and Roll Express. We'll have Atsushi Onita and Cactus Jack taking on Stan Hansen and Samu. We will have for the tag team titles, the Brainbusters taking on Jushin Thunder Liger and Arrow Flash. We will have a 6-way match in Santanico, Jack Armstrong, Tenryu, Rick Rude, Rick Martel, and Ricky Steamboat for the Great Lakes Championship. Randy Savage versus Roddy Piper. And in the main event for the World Championship, Kurt Hennig, Bret Hart. It's going to be a banger. I cannot wait. I hope you guys will enjoy. Feel free to leave your predictions down below, and especially, who do you think is going to be walking out of Crowning Glory with the gold? I will see you all then. Take care. Firefly out.